Oh yeah, welcome back to the P stands for podcast.
Yeah.
It is the third episode. I'm very proud of us.
Same. This time we're not sitting on the couch, we're sitting in Kristin's room.
We're hiding in here and we've told our roommates that we are doing this, so hopefully they don't just like come in and scream, which first of all that would be really funny, but I would probably be a little bit mad.
First of all, why would they do that in any circumstance?
Wouldn't you be a little bit tempted though? To just walk in and go like, hey, are you having fun making the podcast?
Well, if they want to be on our podcast so bad, then I guess they can.
We'd have to come up with something that involves them to talk about. I feel like they probably would want to. It's fun. Oh, but guess what we're gonna do today? You already know, but I want them to wait and think about it.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Are you excited? Today we're going to be talking about one of my truest and greatest loves, the Xmen. Oh, that's right. I'm so excited. If you can't already tell, I gotta keep my cool for the podcast and use my radio voice. But for those that don't know, the Xmen is originally a comic book series that's set in a world in which evolution has rapidly advanced to the point where some people are born with an X gene that basically turns them into a mutant, which sounds nasty, but like it gives them powers or sometimes like physically makes them look different than an ordinary like Homo sapien person, which I mean throw back to our previous episode with Simon versus the Homo sapien agenda. We're talking about real people, Homo sapiens and mutants who sometimes they call Homo superior, but that's getting already too far into it for people that don't know. But the goal for this podcast is to talk about some dumb code names for mutants because obviously they fight crime. It's a comic book series.
Obviously.
They fight crime and they also fight prejudice.
Nice.
Because people just don't like mutants sometimes. They basically can stand in for like any marginalized group in our real world society, but that's complicated. But they're great. It's cheesy, it's wonderful, and we're going to talk about them. And this whole journey started with me forcing Kailee to watch the movies because there are many of them and they're wonderfully horrible. At least the ones from the 2000s are kind of bad.
They're the horrible that's like enjoyable to watch though.
If you haven't watched them, you can find them places. I'm not advocating for finding them illegally online, but like you can, because they're not anywhere else that I know of. I mean, I don't have Hulu, but I don't think they're on Hulu.
They're not on Hulu.
They're not on any of the sites. If they are, like the ones that you pay for, obviously you can like rent them on Amazon too, but people have their ways, that's all I'll say, to get to those films. But I made Kailee watch them. We're not even all the way through yet, which I'm salty about because it's important to me.
We've watched most of them now.
We need to watch the last two of the newest trilogy.
We watched 2 of the newest trilogy because we just watched that second one recently where they go back in time or whatever.
Yeah, I did forget. We did do that one.
So we just have the one of the newest trilogy.
And then we can choose whether or not we want to watch the Wolverine ones.
Yeah.
I think they're good. I mean, I have opinions about all of them, but that's not what this podcast is about. This podcast is about making Kailee guess mutant powers and then also guessing things that may or may not have happened in the X-Men universe. These are things that I pulled from comics that I may or may not have read. I've read some of them, but I have not read necessarily the things that I'm going to be talking about. I pulled these things like straight from the internet. And for the powers that we're going to be talking about, I have directly quoted from these characters' Wikipedia pages just for the sake of having the specificity of what their exact powers are and all of the little details. And then we'll discuss just how stupid they are and or if we love them and, get sidetracked, maybe.
Probably. That seems to happen a lot when we talk about
That's the goal,
mutant
is
powers.
I want Kailee to get upset at how dumb some of these are. I pulled some really good ones. I tried really hard. I made this document forever ago, before we even filmed a podcast. This is a very old Google Doc that I made in my excitement at the concept of an X-Men podcast. So if you just want to go, if you don't have anything else to add, I'm just going to start.
I think we're good.
So this is, I don't have clever names for this game show that I've created.
Okay.
But this is just guess the mutant powers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the code name of the mutant, because, obviously they have like regular names like Alice and Bob and stuff like that.
You're not going to make me guess their power based on their regular human name.
No! Hey, this person's name is Dan Stevens. What's his power? No, I'm just going to give you their code name, so like their superhero name, or if they're out in disguise and they don't want to use their real identity, they've got code names. And you have to guess their powers. So some of the code names like give you a little bit of an idea of what's going on, but basically you won't be able to guess accurately, and it'll be funny for me.
Okay.
And I'll enjoy it.
I'm ready.
So we're just going to do it, and then of course after you guess, I'll give you the actual real answer. So if you're ready, the first mutant code name is Husk.
Husk.
Yuck. Husk.
That doesn't even make sense.
Just talk it out.
Okay, the visualization I'm getting in my head of someone named Husk is like that he can like shed his outer skin.
Okay. Anything else? Like what could they do with this skin that they're shedding? You can't just... They have to have some usual fighting ability with whatever's going on, because that's how the comics work.
Well, it could be some sort of like shapeshifter.
Okay.
Potentially. Or it could be hard like a cocoon.
Oh, this is so gross. Why did I do this as the first one? That's part of the X-Men, is sometimes it's gross. If you're a genetic mutant, it's not always pretty.
I don't know.
Is that your guess?
That's what I've got.
Okay, well, you're actually right.
Wow.
Husk has the ability to remove one layer of skin, which is also called a husk.
That sounds disgusting.
It is, revealing an epidermis of a different composition beneath. So, like, it's also, Husk is a girl. So Husk could, like, shed her skin and reveal, like, metal underneath. Like, she can control what the underlayer is.
Okay.
But, like, if she wanted to not be metal anymore, she'd have to rip off that husk.
She could shed that metal to be something else.
Yeah, to be something else. So it always involves, like, the ripping off of whatever the outer layer of, not necessarily skin.
Does she have to physically pull it off like clothes, or can it, like, fall off?
I think she has to, like, rip it off.
Does that hurt?
I don't know.
How would you rip metal off?
It's
your body.
I'm assuming she has some level of control over, like, if it goes slack and she can, like, let it go off. I don't know. Like I said, I pulled these from, like, articles and stuff about weird mutants. I've never read a comic that has Husk in it. So
Was she born with human flesh?
Probably. I think it's more rare to be born with a mutation already.
How would you discover that you have that ability?
Someone, like, grabs onto your arm and does, like, one of those, like, twisty snake bite things, and then it just, rips
peels
away.
off, and it's like wood.
She thinks that she has eczema or something, and it turns out it's, like, just nasty skin mutation.
She gets some exfoliating
Oh,
like
no.
rub, and it just like comes off and it's something else.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I already said this, but she can change into metal or stone, but can shift into a variety of substances.
Could it be like anything?
I think it could be anything. I mean, I don't know how it would work if it was like a gelatinous substance or something that's not solid already, or fully solid.
So,
But
if she shed her skin and underneath was metal, then she could be controlled by Magneto.
sure.
But the substance doesn't already exist underneath a layer until
She wants it to.
she's pulling it off.
So if she was fighting Magneto, just don't be metal.
There's no metal underneath. Then as soon as she decides there is metal underneath, it just is there.
This is the X-Men. There's no explanation. The explanation that you're given, you must accept. So that's what Husk is.
Okay, I want a new one.
You ready to move on? Okay, this one is called Dazzler.
Nice.
What do you think
Oh, yeah.
Dazzler would do? You have to
That
guess.
is keep saying more, right?
No, I'm not. That's the name, Dazzler.
It sounds like someone covered in, like, sparkles. Like, their entire body is bejeweled.
All right, great imagery. I love it.
That's what it sounds like.
Tell me more. What's the fighting ability of this?
Well, if the light shone off of them, then they could blind their enemies. Because they're so bedazzling.
So, Edward Cullen from Twilight, stepping into the sun.
Except if his skin was physically made out of
you
jewels.
mean like physical bumps.
Yeah, like you took one of those
Bedazzlers.
bedazzler gun things and
Yeah.
just like shot it into their entire body. So every inch was covered in like weird gem stuff.
Okay. So they can blind people with it, and that's all.
Basically, that's what it looks like in my head when I hear the word. I don't remember what you said anymore.
Dazzler?
Dazzler.
That's the code name.
Yeah. Like that.
Alright, so Dazzler is pretty interesting because she has the ability to convert sound vibrations into light and energy beams. So she actually shows up in the comic that I've read anyway as like a singer because she can take her voice and like convert it into light shows. Like she makes her own pyrotechnics basically, but like not the fire part, just lights.
Okay.
So that's what she does. And then, I mean, it also says using her light powers and dancing ability to enhance her performances.
In dancing ability. I'm a mutant, and my mutant ability is that I'm a really good dancer.
No, she's just a show. Like, she's a star. Literally, and also like a musician star.
That one confuses me.
It's weird. So technically she could, and I think she probably does in some later iterations, like if someone, like there's sound in the air all the time, so she could take that and convert it into like light and probably stun people or like blind people. Because it also says energy. I don't necessarily know what that entails for her. But,
So if you were fighting her, then you would not want to make any sound at all.
but there's still sound. Like if you were running, your footsteps would make noise and stuff.
Yeah, it's like that movie.
Ugh, no, I
Horrifying.
don't want to think about
Silent
that.
one.
No, we're not doing that. That's not what this podcast is about. There's always noise. You can't avoid it. I don't know. Basically, I just picture her as like a cheesy artist, like a Lady Gaga type, but instead the shows are just full of like disco ball light effects because that's what her powers do.
Interesting.
She just like sings and her mutant power is like making her own light show in the background at the same time. Kind of lame, but I mean, she found her area of expertise and is using it
I guess.
to great success.
That's very confusing.
It is. Welcome to the X-Men. I'm having way too much fun. Alright, this next one has an incredible code name that is Boom Boom.
Boom boom.
Boom Boom, that's right.
Sounds like their power should be the same as the one before. It makes me think of that boombox in Mario Kart where you like hit it and everyone around you spins out. It's like that. They can like punch the ground.
Oh, like the speaker box?
Yeah.
I was thinking of Mario Odyssey when you can like change the song. If you
No.
push a toad.
It's like they can punch the ground and then it sends shockwaves or something and everyone else falls over or whatever.
Okay, so
Just
like
make a big,
seismic activity.
yeah,
Okay.
kind of. Or they could just make a loud noise and it would basically send out like shockwaves that would like knock people over and stuff.
So a boom. Perhaps even two of them.
Yeah.
Boom boom.
Maybe. Something like that.
Alright, this one's a little bit more complicated to explain. I have just like a big paragraph of text on here. So Boom Boom has the ability to create variably sized yellow orbs and spheres of pure plasma
What?
that she calls time bombs. So these time bombs explode with concussive force, which is like what you said.
Okay.
And she can change the size of them, so she can make like marble-sized ones that she could like slip into something, or like big ones that she could just hurl like a freaking bomb. But like she makes them.
And they explode, basically?
Yeah, they explode.
So she can't like do it on her own, but she can make the things that do it.
No, like they just emerge from her hands and stuff. Like she just summons it, basically.
That's
like
what
they
I
come,
said.
yeah, they come from her.
She makes the things.
Yeah.
Not like physically, like gets ingredients to make them, but like.
No, it's like, I don't know. It just like comes out of her. But the
Like
reason
she's
she
laying
calls
an
them
egg.
time bombs is because she can control the amount of time before they detonate. Also, so she could just like lob them like a grenade, or like put it under someone's chair and wait a minute and then it would go off, because she does use them for pranks and like petty theft.
So she could potentially put one somewhere and say, I want this to go off in 100 years.
Maybe. I don't know how. I mean, I don't know if she dies, if they would disappear. I don't know. That's something you just have to ask her.
Did they come out of her hands?
Yeah. I don't remember ever seeing them come out of anywhere else.
She doesn't lay them like an egg.
No!
Good, that'd be horrifying.
Like, I have seen her in the cartoon that I told you about, X-Men Evolution, and she literally is just a jerk and like plays pranks with them and stuff. Like she'll just wedge it on the inside of a locker, and then the person will come over and then their locker like explodes in their face.
Wow.
She's rude, and she also steals stuff. Like she's a thief, because she could just blow open a safe by putting one of those things like right on it.
I mean, I guess.
So it's interesting. But like she just does rude stuff with it. I don't know. She's an interesting character. And Boom Boom is not a good code name. Why didn't you just be like Boom?
Boom boom.
Boom Boom, like two booms. I have no idea.
Hey, what's your power? Boom boom.
I make boom booms. It's bad. I picked it because the name is stupid. The power is interesting, but like, it's so destructive though. And it's the choice to be destructive. Like she consciously goes, yeah, I'm gonna make one of those, and I'm gonna like put it over in that trash can, and then when my boss walks by, like the garbage will go everywhere.
Okay, but I like that she could literally blow up like anything. But she just uses it for petty things.
You like that she's not using them for good, and she's just like, yeah, I'll just...
No, I mean, she could use them for much, much worse things.
Gotcha. But like the power...
She could create
available.
one the size of the earth and blow up everything.
I don't know how big they can be. I think that would take a lot of energy. I don't know where the substance comes from that makes these. It says it's plasma. Where does plasma come from?
That's like blood.
I don't know if it's
But
blood
like plasma.
She gets donated plasma and uses that.
If you donate plasma, that's who it's going
It
to.
goes to Boom Boom, and she just does petty crimes with it. So, think wisely. No. Alright, this next one I think you should be able to get pretty easily, because the name's pretty telling.
All
but
right.
it might not be, and it might also confuse you. This code name is Wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane. That's like a poison.
Okay. Tell me more.
That's all I
Use
got.
your imagination. What would the X-Men be?
Name
The X-Man.
Wolfsbane. My first thought was werewolf, but Wolfsbane. I don't know.
So it's either a werewolf or someone that's like
Poisonous.
poisonous to wolves or poisonous to people. Like, clarify, is Wolfsbane poisonous to like everybody else?
I don't think so. I mean, like in Harry Potter, Wolfsbane is the potion that is used to keep wolves from being harmful.
Yeah. But that would mean that werewolves exist in this
Yeah.
universe, and I'm not positive if they do. I feel like they might. Also vampires, but I really don't know.
mean, if is wolfsbane just someone who can turn into a wolf? That seems stupid. I don't think that's it.
Well, guess what? Wolfsbane can transform into a wolf, or like a transitional stage between the two. So like
Errol.
Like yeah, like a wolf. Well, nobody knows what that is.
Okay.
But like half wolf, half human looking. Like Lupin when he's halfway to full.
He's in
wolfy.
the middle of transitioning.
Yeah, like the gross looking in between stage between human being and full wolf. Like she's actually a full wolf. Like that's
born a wolf?
No, like that's the final
Oh.
stage. Because I said Lupin, but he doesn't look like a regular wolf animal when he's fully transformed. Where we're talking like regular human girl to full like dog wolf. But she obviously is like, she still has the mind of a human. But she gets like better senses as a wolf and instincts and stuff like that. And then in between, she's kind of got like a mixture of both. Like she can still talk when she's in between, but she can use the wolf senses a little bit.
So she's literally...
She's just a werewolf.
Errol.
But like with control. She can control it.
I guess she can...
Errol can't control it.
Okay.
Nobody knows who Errol is, but we do.
Listen to the Adventure Zone.
She's also Scottish, which is pretty fun. So like she's got a written accent, which is annoying to read.
Oh.
Like I'm a wolf. I can't do Scottish accent.
You
just
walk, mate.
off the bat and not that kind. But I know one thing that's interesting about her character that I don't remember if it's part of her mutation or if she just keeps it that way, but her hair is always short.
That's just
It's just part of her character
thing.
image, is her hair is just always
it's
short.
not like a lot of people have short hair.
Nah, it's like buzzed short. Like it's really short hair. But that's just like, I think it's probably part of the mutation to like keep her wolf hair short too. I don't know. But yeah, she's
like,
just a werewolf.
She can't grow her hair any longer?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Interesting.
I don't think she can, like, at all. Which, that'd be such a strange thing to explain to people. Like, yeah, I'm a mutant and I turn into a wolf. And they're like, oh, I really like your hair. How long have you had that short? Oh, my whole life. It doesn't grow.
It's interesting because when I think of a werewolf, I would generally think of someone who's a little bit hairier
Pretty
than
hairy,
a normal person.
right? She's just got a regular human amount of hair, but on her head, it's significantly shorter than it would
Because all the hair comes out when she's a werewolf, and then she goes back to a human, and all the hair is gone.
The opposite. She's hairless. Entirely hairless. But I don't know why her codename's Wolfsbane. I think for a while she was pretty uncomfortable with being a wolf. So maybe that's why. Like, she didn't want to be one.
It's a pretty cool name.
That's part of the X-Men storylines, is that sometimes your mutation is not something that is necessarily cool or likable by the mutant themselves. Like, if you were afraid of freaking wolves and all of a sudden you could turn into a wolf, I don't think you'd like yourself very much. Not to assume, but I don't think it would be very fun if you didn't like that and you were just like, yeah, I guess I can turn into a wolf, but I don't like it.
Well, I wonder if it's painful to turn into a wolf.
I don't think it is. I don't know. I can't speak for her.
It's definitely painful for Lupin.
Yeah. I think most regular werewolves, it'd be pretty painful. But this is the X-Men, so the rules that exist are the rules that are given. And anything else is just up to your imagination. So I would like it not to hurt. She seems pretty sweet. I wouldn't want her to experience that. You want another one?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This one is kind of gross.
Oh, great.
The codename is Marrow.
That literally has no meaning.
Marrow, like, I can't give it away to you. Spelled M-A-R-R-O-W. Marrow.
Am I supposed to know what that is?
Like bone marrow.
Oh. That doesn't make it any
That's
better.
an even bigger hint.
Bone marrow. I have
Bone-
a bunch of bones.
Bone marrow. Do they have bones? Tell me more.
There's no bones.
No bones.
They're like...
It's like Wolfsbane. Like, oh, Wolfsbane. They don't like wolves? No, they are a wolf. And marrow? Oh, they have no bones.
It's like in Harry Potter when Harry loses a bone in his arm, but their entire body is just like noodly.
Ooh, I don't like that at all.
Either that or they have extra bones.
But like where? Like in their body? They've just got more bones. Like more finger bones. Ew.
Maybe they have several arms. Every bone is actually 2 bones.
So double the bones.
I don't know.
I'm just asking for a specific mutation.
I don't have a guess on this one. It literally makes no sense.
Well, you're right about there being more bones than there should be.
Okay.
Because Marrow has bones that grow out of her skin and can be removed from her body so that they can be used like clubs and knives and stuff. Like she can just pull like a bone blade from her. Or like
From where?
from her body.
Anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere. Or like she can use it to make armor. So she could just like have bones grow.
So she can make the bones grow at will.
At will.
They don't like,
She can have more bones.
oh, this bone grew on my arm today.
No, she can choose to.
Outside of her body,
Yeah,
so they grow
so, like-
off of her flesh.
Yeah, so like if they were gonna go into a fight or something, she could like put bone armor like all over her, and it's her bones. It sounds so gross.
But it doesn't hurt.
I don't know if it hurts or not. I think if it did,
Because if something physically hit your bone, that would hurt. But
Well,
if
but
it was
if-
outside
but
your
if
body,
she's using them as armor, I feel like they don't have nerves on them. It's just bone.
I mean,
Do bones have
I don't
nerves
think so.
in them, like the actual? I don't think so. So like if it's just bone,
I mean,
It's,
yeah,
like,
if you removed your
protective.
bone from your body and then you hit it, that wouldn't hurt you at all because that wouldn't make any sense.
it's her bone attached to her. It's just on the outside. But she uses it as, like, she can use it as armor. So I feel like it wouldn't hurt. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she wouldn't put bone all over her.
It was already outside of her by that
It's
point.
already out. But she can also, like, detach it from her and, like, use it as a weapon. Like, if you pulled your own arm bone out of your body and then, like,
Hit someone
use
with
it like a lightsaber. Incredible. Who's coming up with these? And why did I pick these strangest, grossest ones? I thought that the name Marrow would like give you a hint, but I didn't really consider the fact that you wouldn't know what marrow was.
I mean, I have heard of bone marrow. Like, I know what that is, but if you just
Well,
say
I think
marrow.
it would be worse if they
like,
called her
what?
like Bones or something.
Bones.
A bone? Bone!
Hold on, Miss Bone. Nope.
Ew.
I hate
See,
that.
that's worse, but marrow is kind of cool sounding.
Like, it sounds cool, yeah. It just doesn't give me any
I
indication.
thought it would give you a little bit of a hint. But anyway, that's that one. The other one that we have here is cipher.
Cipher.
Yeah.
Like a code.
That's what a cipher is.
It sounds like they would be able to, like, decode anything.
Like codes.
Yes. I said decode.
So if they just happened upon a code, they'd be like, I'm on it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe
Hacking, I'm in.
they could also understand, like, other languages, maybe.
Okay. Is that all?
Yeah.
Well, you're basically right about the languages part. Cypher's ability is the ability to easily understand any language, either spoken or written. Literally any language. Like all of them. Even ones that don't exist.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
And I have added here as a note that Cypher is generally considered to be lame because the X-Men never have to read or speak any other languages unless it's explicitly written just for Cypher to do so.
That'd be a cool power, though.
Like in the real world, I would love to have that power. He uses computers really well because like computer is a language, like coding language.
Yeah, like you can code.
Yeah, so in real life, like I would appreciate that mutation a lot. It'd be so freaking cool. Like you can speak any language, but for the sake of the X-Men being like a bad guy fighting crime group, like they don't really have to.
Yeah, it's not a super useful power for fighting.
Like you're trying to go into a battle, but you've got a friend that like speaks Japanese, so you have to bring Cypher along or something. Like they would have to do something with other languages. Also, if you're like telekinetic, I think you could just communicate like mind to mind and there's no language barrier. I don't know. Like they could work around it.
Probably.
So Cypher, like that's a cool power, but not for fighting in the X-Men universe. He just is like that one kid you're jealous of that speaks more languages than you.
But it can't fight.
I picked him because I want that power. I want it real bad.
It'd be pretty cool.
It'd be so fun. I'm jealous of
He's
Cypher.
basically your Dungeons and Dragons character.
Yes. which we'll probably have to do a podcast about because now people are wondering who's my Dungeons and Dragons character. Wait until that podcast happens at some not predetermined time.
That's
yes.
soon to be determined time.
TBD Dungeons and Dragons podcast. But right now, this is my time. This is Xmen time.
Okay.
But Cypher's great, and that's why I picked him because I just want that ability really bad. Okay, this one, the code name is Domino.
Domino?
Not Domino's Pizza.
Domino. They can make pizza. We're like making things fall over.
Keep rolling with it. Tell me more. That's it? Would they just like look at something and it would fall over? Or is it a touch-based thing? Like they can push anything over?
It seems touch-based. Like, you could go up to a person just to like gently poke them, but you could make them fall over. But is a stupid power.
The ability to make anything fall over. Is it though? This is the Xmen.
All of these powers have been stupid. So, I don't know. That doesn't seem right, but...
That's what you're going with?
I guess.
Okay, so Domino has probability altering powers. So basically, she subconsciously and psionically initiates random telekinetic acts that affect probability in her favor by making it improbable but not impossible, by making improbable but not impossible things occur within her line of sight. So basically she has good luck.
Okay.
So like this ability for things to happen is like constantly emanating from her body. It's not something that she like controls.
Oh.
So how it works is that she has to act for it to work. So like if someone was shooting bullets at her, she has to actively try to avoid the bullets and then she will. But if she just stands still, nothing, like they'll hit her.
Okay.
Like that kind of thing. Yeah, so I have in here, like, in order for the luck to take effect, Domino must engage in an action where there is chance that can be affected.
There's always chance that can be affected.
Well, if you do nothing...
When you're walking down the street, there's not a very high probability that some man's just gonna hand you $100.
Not that kind. It's, like, action-based. So, like, if someone came over and tried to knock Domino down, like if someone just pushed her and she tried to right herself, then she probably would keep her balance and like stand up. But if she just let them push her over, she would fall down.
Okay.
Or it would probably work with like dice rolls too, if you really wanted to do that.
If she was gambling, she'd be really good at that.
Like if she really wanted to draw like the perfect card, it might work. I don't know. I've only heard of it used with like action-based things. Like she's a mercenary, so like if she's trying to shoot somebody, she's gonna shoot them if she like tries to. If she shot in like the wrong direction and wasn't trying, then she probably wouldn't. But if she was like, I'm trying to make this shot from really far away, but I'm actively trying, so it's gonna work.
Does she know she's a mutant?
Yes.
Okay.
She has a marking. Like, she's got a black dot over her eye.
Okay.
Like a domino. Whoa. Crazy cool. She's gonna be in Deadpool 2. Get excited. Domino's gonna be there.
Really?
Yeah. I'm hyped.
I'm
when
so
I saw
confused.
the trailer, I was like,
who was she in the trailer?
Domino.
I mean, I just saw the trailer.
She's like one of the people that Deadpool recruits to like help him out. They make like
when you see the trailer again on Thursday, point out to me which one she is.
I'll point it out. I don't know if she's in that one. Probably, but for like a split second.
Oh.
It's one of the only characters that I like recognized automatically and is confirmed that's who it is. Because some of the other characters, they're like, it might be this person, but we don't know yet. But Domino's for real in it. And I'm excited about it.
Interesting.
Basically, she can just shoot people really well. So she'll work well with Deadpool, I think.
Yeah, seems like it.
I think they'd get along well. Okay. This last person that we have is codename is North Star. I don't know what you're gonna guess for this. I picked this just because I wanted to talk about the character.
Sounds like they have a really good sense of direction.
Okay. Tell me more. Can you tell whether you're right or wrong by my reaction?
No.
When your friend bursts out laughing at your idea for a mutant power and she laughs at
Because I'm
you.
thinking, like, you're lost in the woods at night, okay? Find the North Star.
You just always
And
find the North Star.
You go there. It's making me think of, like, John, Proud Star,
They're just like a living compass.
in The Gifted, but
He's so
a little
good.
bit different than that.
He can do other stuff.
Yeah.
But just like they can find North. That's what you think that
Like,
they are?
well, not necessarily just that, but, like, they just always kind of know where they are and can get places.
So, mutant GPS.
Yeah.
Mutant GPS. Okay, North Star. Yeah, like I said, I picked this character just because I thought it would be interesting for you. North Star can move and fly at superhuman speed, has superhuman stamina, endurance, and reflexes. But I picked this one because it's cool. He's the first openly gay character to come out in a book published by Marvel Comics, which is just cool.
Why is his name North Star?
I don't know. It has nothing,
That doesn't relate to the powers at all.
it has nothing to do with his powers.
He seems kind of like John.
I mean, John can't fly.
You're right.
He's basically like Superman, but he's gay Superman.
Nice.
He comes out, and he also gets married
To who?
to Kyle Ginadu
Kyle.
in June
Hey, I'm
2012.
North Star.
which
This
was
is my
the-
husband, Kyle.
The first depiction of a same-sex wedding in mainstream comics. So
Wow.
he's just a cool character, and I just wanted to include him in there. I've never read a comic with him in it.
He can run and fly at superhuman speeds.
Move and fly at superhuman speed, has good stamina, endurance, and reflexes. Oh, he has advanced equilibrium, agility, reaction time, and coordination. So basically just Superman.
Wow.
But he's not Superman, don't get confused. He's North Star, and maybe he has a good sense of direction too. I think that'd be good to include. But yes.
I like that it just says moves and flies with superhuman speed. So
He
not
can
just
just-
running, but like
He can like
swimming
scramble some eggs real fast.
really fast. Hey honey, you have some eggs? Yeah. Done.
Can make a smoothie just by like swirling the cup.
He puts his hand in the cup.
Oh gosh. He's like the Flash and Superman combined. But he's also gay.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Can he pee at superhuman speeds?
I don't know if his internal organs can move faster. I think you should ask that about Flash instead.
That's what I was gonna say. Can the Flash pee super
I
fast?
feel like the Flash could pee super fast. He's got this speed force within him. He's very powerful.
I don't know any other fast characters. Kid Flash.
Quicksilver.
Can he pee really fast?
Quicksilver is literally an X-Men character that
Okay,
moves
I
fast.
remember. He was cool.
You should remember him. He's very important.
He was cool. Can Quicksilver pee really fast?
Probably. He does everything fast.
Asking the real questions.
I think we should tweet this at like someone that works in either the X-Men movies or the comics. Just be like, I have a question.
Can the Kid Flash also run really fast?
Yes, Kid Flash is fast.
Alright, I'm just checking. I'll
Um,
at Keenan.
Comment below
Hey.
if Kaylee should watch The Flash because Keenan Lonsdale's in it and he was in Love, Simon, which is very important. And I think she should, even though he doesn't show up for
Yeah,
a while.
he's not in the first part of it though, so I'd have to get through
Hey,
like the first season.
hey, just I think you should.
Maybe.
It's a really good show.
I have some shows on my to-watch list, and I haven't watched any of them.
That means you're looking for something else. The Flash is always there for you, ready to be watched. Or you could just like skip to Keenan.
You've stopped watching it.
Hey,
So,
it's not on Netflix. I'm
don't
not
at
watching
me.
it. I'm not watching it live like every week because that's too stressful for me. It's just a very stressful show, and sometimes I hate all of the characters a little bit. But then they come right back into my heart the next episode. But I just prefer to watch it on Netflix because then I can watch the next one.
I'll consider it.
Sweet. Okay, would you like to guess some things that may or may not have happened in the X-Men universe?
Sure.
So how this works is I'm going to give you 2 scenarios and you have to pick which one actually happened.
Okay.
And then I'll give you the correct answer, obviously.
All
so
right.
I think I'll only pick a couple of these just because it's already been a while. I'll just pick a couple of my favorites. So, well, which one of these actually happened? Storm and Black Panther get married, or Storm fought Black Panther for control of Wakanda? Which one actually happened?
Okay, I don't think that Storm and Black Panther get married.
Which one happened?
Not that one, the other one.
So Storm fought Black Panther for control of Wakanda.
Yeah, I guess.
You're wrong. Storm and Black Panther have been married.
What?
That's right. I have a whole thing written down here for the answer. So Storm and T'Challa, the Black Panther, meet and fall in love and have a cool wedding with all of their superhero friends. Then I put later in a different comic, Wakanda is destroyed by a bad guy, and when Storm shows up to help out, because you know she's been off with the X-Men, she's got priorities, she's an independent woman. T'Challa tells her that their marriage has been annulled because the X-Men have been declared enemies of Wakanda. So they're not married anymore.
Why were the X-Men declared enemies of Wakanda?
I don't know, maybe they're like connected to the bad guy. I just know because like you've seen Black Panther and you know who Storm is, so I was like, this one would be good. They were married.
Black Panther 2. T'Challa marries Storm.
Please, Marvel, get on it.
Well, what I was thinking is because the Black Panther is like not just one person, right? Like
he is.
His dad was Black Panther, and then he was, and so like
this is Storm, like the one that you know from the X-Men, and then
specifically
T'Challa.
Storm and T'Challa.
It's Storm and T'Challa, but like he's also the Black Panther at that time.
Yeah, got it.
So sorry for the confusion. It is T'Challa and Storm that were previously married. Maybe they'll get remarried.
So in the Black Panther, the movie, that T'Challa in his future will marry Storm. Like, that's a canonical thing that happens in the X-Men universe.
Well, I don't know how many different story arcs there are for Black Panther with T'Challa, so I don't know. Their comics are complicated. It could be an alternate dimension thing. Like, in this dimension, he marries Storm, but in this one, he doesn't. I have no idea. But at some point, in some time, they were married, and that's all you need to know. You can pull that out as a fun fact at parties. X-Men facts are great for small talk starters. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. We'll pick another really fun one. So, which one of these actually happened? The team fights a sentient island, meaning like that X-Men group, fights a sentient island, or the team fights an evil mime. Which one actually happened?
I think it's the sentient island.
Oh, ding ding, you're right. The island is called Krakoa. And
it's alive. Is it like in Moana?
No, it's like just like the whole island wants to kill them.
So okay, so the island the island's just in the shape of an island.
It's island shaped as far as I know.
But things on the island,
the whole island is a sentient being. Because I guess it got irradiated. I think that's how it happened. Do you want to know how they defeat the sentient island?
Sure.
Krakoa? They blast it into space.
You can't blast an island into space.
Yes, you can. It's the X-Men. They're all very powerful.
You're telling me that if they wanted to, they could like blast Hawaii into space?
Yes. This is why it's good to have good mutants on your side. Maybe Magneto.
Whose power is blasting islands into space?
No, I think they just like, I don't know. I think Polaris was actually on that mission. So she probably like lifted it out of the water and then they like pushed it into space.
Alright, that's cool.
What if we just took the island and moved it somewhere else?
Into space.
Into space.
I love Polaris.
They really did fight a sentient island and that really happened. Enjoy. It's from one of the older comics. Let's see. I want to do like one more.
Okay.
So this one is Cyclops. You know the character Cyclops.
Yes.
You have to pick which one of these is true.
About Cyclops?
About Cyclops.
Okay.
Cyclops' sister is a space pirate, or Cyclops' dad is a space pirate. Which one's a space pirate?
This is literally just a 50-50 guess.
Yes.
Like, Sister.
Nope, it's his dad. Do you want to know how he became a space pirate?
Yes.
Because it's great.
How do I become a space pirate?
You can't, probably. Okay, so Cyclops' dad, who I have, his name's Christopher Summers, I don't know why I wrote that down, is abducted and enslaved by aliens, you know, as happens every once in a while. When he and his family were flying in a plane, like a private plane, he's a pilot.
Sure.
And so he escapes after he was enslaved, and like he brings some other aliens along because they escaped together, and they get a ship and they start going around the galaxy and like freeing other enslaved peoples, and they're called the Starjammers.
So was this before or after he was Cyclops' dad? Not like after.
Cyclops was young when this happened.
Okay, so when Cyclops was a child, his dad was kidnapped by aliens.
Yes.
It wasn't, son, before you were born, I used to be a space pirate.
No, I think it's like Cyclops is probably like 6 or 7. I don't actually know. But they get like, I don't know if they all get abducted. I think his mom does. The mom and the dad. And then, the mom and the dad get abducted. And Cyclops and his brother parachute out of the plane to safety. Cyclops doesn't have a sister that I know of. But you never do know. There could be one hiding somewhere.
Cyclops' brother was the one with the discs.
The discs. Yeah, his name's Havoc. The one that is like, when he does it, it looks like hula hoops coming out of his body.
Yeah.
They've got like the same powers, he just like hula hoops them out from him.
Okay.
And then he also...
Yeah, he has the thing on his chest.
He's got like the disc on his chest that he can like blast it out from. His name's Havoc, and he's younger than Scott.
Because he wreaks havoc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great names. I know. And Cyclops, named Cyclops because he's got the one eye with his visor on. Creative Mutant Names 101. But yes, his dad's a space pirate. Amazing. He doesn't find out for a while. But...
So he thinks that his dad was just still enslaved.
I think...
How come his mom's not a space pirate then?
I feel like he thinks that they're dead. I think his mom actually is dead.
Oh.
But I think he assumes that they're both dead. Because, you know, he probably didn't see them getting abducted by aliens. He probably just saw, like, a plane crash.
I guess.
I don't know how the aliens did it, but they did. And now his dad's a badass space pirate. With his alien friends.
That's pretty sweet, though.
And they go around and rescue people.
I'd be a space pirate.
All you gotta do is be flying a plane with your family and get abducted and enslaved by aliens, and then after that you free yourself, and then you get a ship with your alien friends, and then you're a space pirate.
Oh, well, easy then.
Easy peasy 5-step program to becoming a space pirate.
How to become a space pirate.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, was that enjoyable for you? It was for me.
It was kind of frustrating.
I had a great time
because none of them made sense.
Making this document was really fun for me. There are a couple more of these scenarios on here, but I feel like they just don't stand up to the fun of the other ones. They're more serious.
We've been talking for 48 minutes, so I think we're good.
Pretty good effort. I could talk about the X-Men for hours.
Yes. Verified.
I need to watch a movie soon. Get excited.
Maybe we can this weekend.
Get excited for the Dark Phoenix saga coming to theaters near you. I don't know if that's what they're calling it, but that's the next movie.
Was that the scary one?
No, that's New Mutants.
Okay.
Which...
Oh, Dark Phoenix is like Jean Grey. Whatever, being stupid.
Being stupid.
I don't really like her.
She's possessed by a cosmic entity. Do you want to fight? She's not being stupid. This is the younger one, too. You haven't even seen her yet.
Okay.
Because we haven't watched that movie yet, you see? It's an issue. We gotta get all caught up. New Mutants is the scary one, which I don't know if, honestly, I'll be able to watch. But I want to really bad. But not if it's really scary. I won't want to.
Yeah, I don't want to see a scary movie.
Ugh. It's so scary. If you haven't, go watch the New Mutants trailer because it's really scary. And I don't like scary movies. So I'm not into that. But I like the New Mutants a lot. Comment below if there's a below.
Below? Wherever.
Comment somewhere. Just say it out loud.
We'll hear you.
Say it out loud and we'll hear you.
Whisper it onto the wind.
It'll be delivered to us in 3 to 5 business days. Your comments about the X-Men. If you haven't watched a movie, go on a Wikipedia.
Watch The Gifted. That's pretty
Yes,
cool.
The Gifted is a great show, and the first season just ended a little bit ago, or at least like the first part of the first season.
I think it's coming back soon.
I think it is. I think that's still the first season. I don't think it's
It was like the mid-season break.
finale. But that's what channel is that on? I forgot. Fox?
Fox?
It's on Fox. It's really good. It deals with some cool characters. Like Polaris, our fave.
Yes. She has green hair.
And she's
cool.
Magneto's daughter, which is unconfirmed in the show, but like that's actually the truth.
Yeah. I mean, they haven't said it, but I'm pretty sure.
They've hinted at it.
Like, she definitely is his daughter.
Magneto.
Are you sure they haven't confirmed that?
Someone asked her about it in the show. For those
Because
that
they
don't
talked
know,
about her father.
Magneto is like kind of the main villain of the long-spanning X-Men series of comics and movies, but he's actually not like fully evil villain, like maniacal laughter kind of guy. He's just kind of like one side of a group of mutants that wants rights as mutants to exist and not be persecuted, and then the other side wants harmony with humans and mutants, but like also acceptance. So that's the thing, like he's not just fully evil, he's got characteristics. But Polaris is his daughter, and I think a character asked her about her dad, and she was like, I don't know who my dad is, he was this guy, and they're like, I don't believe you.
I think in the other one they were talking about her dad.
I think she probably knows that it's him.
They've never explicitly said Magneto,
but I don't think she wants to admit it. I think she knows, but she
even though she's literally doing.
She does the same thing that he does.
Yeah, she's on his side.
Yeah, now she is. Spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers if you watch The Gifted. But yeah, like you can find some of the comics online if you want to read some of them. They're really good. We can always do another podcast about the X-Men. I'll never shut up about it, ever. For as long as I live. There's always content. What?
Buy my silence.
You'd have to pay me a lot of money to never talk about the X-Men again. It would make me so sad. I get so excited about it. So thank you for listening to this podcast. Even if you didn't know anything about the X-Men before starting this and were really confused the whole time.
It's okay, so was I.
Sorry about that, but also I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe you'll be inspired to go learn more about the X-Men and how wonderful they are. It's great. Check it out. I can talk about it forever. But yeah, I think that's about all we have to talk about.
Probably stop talking now.
Probably wrap it up. The people are tired of your X-Men antics, Kristin. Shut up. I'll never shut up. But I think that's all for this delightful thing that we've made. And remember, the P stands for Polaris.
Yes.
But it also stands for podcast. Good night.